Look at that, Rosa. $11,000.
Oh, Joey. That's very nice.
Joey thought he was king of the world with $11,000 in savings. But Rosa, the 71-year-old owner of Brooklyn's most beloved cafe, just laughed when she saw his balance. She told him, "I bought this entire building by investing just $80 a month, while your $11,000 can't even cover a plumbing repair." The secret Rosa shared at 7:14 a.m. wasn't about luck or inheritance. It was a secret known only to the top 1%.
Here is how Rosa built an empire from nothing. It was 7:14 a.m. Joey pushed open the heavy cafe door, a gust of cold Brooklyn air trailing behind him. He headed to his usual spot by the window, the table with the wobbly leg, and opened his banking app. $11,340. 8 months of grinding, 8 months of skipping dinners out. And the result? $46 in interest.
He remembered the double shifts at the warehouse in Red Hook, the smell of industrial dust that never seemed to leave his clothes, and the late-night subway rides home while everyone else was out partying. Every dollar in that account represented a sacrifice. He had missed his best friend's wedding in California just to save the plane ticket money. He was proud of this wall of cash he had built, brick by painful brick.
His mind flashed back to last Monday at the warehouse. He had asked for a small raise, just $2 more an hour. His manager didn't even look up from his clipboard. "Joey," he'd said with a cold laugh, "you're a pair of hands. Hands are easy to replace. If you don't like the pay, there's a line of people outside who do." That moment, feeling like a replaceable machine, had hurt more than the low paycheck. "You've got that look again," a raspy voice said. It was Rosa, 71 years old, short in stature, but with eyes that seemed to read your soul. "I locked my money away for a year, Rosa," Joey said defeatedly. "The interest is barely $46. The old woman picked up her chamomile tea, sat across from him, and said with a tone both kind and sharp, "Joey, you could have found $46 in the creases of a couch or an old coat pocket. Did you really waste 8 months of your life chasing pocket change?" Rosa leaned in. "Do you even know how I bought this place?" Joey looked at the brick walls and the expensive neighborhood. "I always wondered, was it an inheritance?" Rosa laughed. "Inheritance? Joey, I was 26, working 2 dead-end jobs, laundry by day, waitressing by night. Like you, I kept my money in the bank. Seeing those numbers gave me a sense of security. My mother thought I was a genius for not spending." "And weren't you?" Joey asked. Rosa stared out the window. "No, I was just scared. The bank was safe. The numbers didn't move, and that gave me peace of mind. Until one night, my neighbor, Mr. Cabrini, a retired teacher, knocked on my door and said something that changed my life. He asked, 'Rosa, why are you keeping your seeds in a jar?'" "A jar?" Joey was confused. Rosa put her cup down. "Cabrini called a savings account the jar. He said, 'A jar protects the seeds from the wind and rain, but no seed ever grows inside a jar. If you want a tree, you must have the courage to take the seed out of the jar and plant it in the soil of the market.'" Joey went silent. Rosa continued, "That night, he showed me how to open a brokerage account and start with just $80 a month. It wasn't complicated. I just had to be patient. I remember my hands shaking as I wrote that first check. $80 felt like a fortune back then. I didn't sleep that night. I kept thinking, what if the market crashes tomorrow? What if I never see this money again? I was a waitress, Joey. I knew exactly how many plates of pasta I had to carry to earn that $80. But Mr. Cabrini just looked at me and said, 'Rosa, the only thing more dangerous than taking a risk is doing nothing at all.'" "Just $80? Joey couldn't believe it. Rosa stood up and straightened her apron. $80 a month plus 22 years of time. Time is what everyone runs away from because it's slow. People want shortcuts, but in the world of wealth, there are no shortcuts. There is only starting.
Rosa walked away, but Joey was still staring at that $11,000 on his screen. It didn't look like savings anymore. It looked like a graveyard of unplanted seeds. The rest of the day at the warehouse in Red Hook was different. He wasn't just moving boxes. He was crunching numbers on a greasy piece of paper during lunch. He had heard about compound interest and index funds before, but hearing it from Rosa, someone who had built something real, made it click. The phrase, "I'll learn it someday," was turning into, "I'll never learn it." At 11 p.m., Joey sat at his kitchen table. He realized that a huge chunk of that $11,000 was sitting there not for an emergency, but out of fear of making a mistake. In 20 minutes, the wall of fear broke. He opened a brokerage account. He chose a total stock market index fund, the boring, smart choice. He transferred $5,000 with one click. Then he set up an automatic monthly deposit of $300. No more deciding, no more hesitating. When he hit confirm, he didn't feel a rush of adrenaline. Instead, he felt a strange sense of calm. He realized that real investing isn't exciting, it's boring, like watching a tree grow. But that boredom is what eventually leads to an empire. The next morning at exactly 7:14, the cafe bell rang. Joey walked in, his shoulders a little straighter. "The usual?" Rosa asked without looking up. "The usual," Joey smiled. Rosa set the coffee down and locked eyes with him. "You did something, nah?" It wasn't a question. "I did it last night," Joey said, gripping the warm cup. "Brokerage account, index fund, auto deposit." "My seeds aren't in the jar anymore, Rosa." Rosa smiled. "Good. Now do the hardest part. Forget about it." Joey looked confused. Rosa continued. "Storms are coming. The news will scream that the world is ending. On those days, you'll be tempted to dig up your seeds. But remember, no tree grows faster just because you're watching it. Leave it alone. Let the roots fight in silence." Joey looked out at the street. He wasn't thinking about $11,000 anymore. He was thinking about 20 years from now. He slid his phone into his pocket and took a sip of his coffee. It tasted like freedom. For the first time, he wasn't working for his money. His money was finally working for him.